Hello, my loves. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Monday thus far. Um, I didn't do a vlog last week. I've got some personal stuff that's going on that didn't allow me the time to be able to do that, nor the headspace to be able to focus enough um, to talk about a specific subject without completely I don't know why I'm even saying that because we all know that I will go off on tangents. So, but last week would have been a really bad week. I really would have gone off on I would have been all over the place. So I've reined it in a little bit. And it was important to me to come in today. Let me just put a couple of disclaimers out there that I think I need to start doing. One, I am verbose and tangential, so you're welcome. Two, I am not a licensed therapist. I am a friend and somebody that just wants to help others heal. That is my ultimate goal. So there's that. I think that's pretty much the only disclaimers that I need to put out there. Yeah. Anyway, not important to talk about this particular subject and telling your story. We're going into the last week of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you like it, click subscribe, tell some other peeps. That'd be swell. If you aren't new to this channel, welcome back. You'll already know that this is a very important subject matter for me. It hits very close to home. I am a survivor of different forms of domestic violence. And I talk about that in another vlog entitled My Trilogy, and I'll post that in the link in the description below if you'd like to learn a little bit more about what I went through and why I want to help others. So there's that. The bottom line is I've gone through it, and it is my goal to help others heal. One of the things that I've also spoken about, if you aren't new, or if you are new, anybody's coming back to this channel, I've spoken about a retreat that I went on when I was a teenager, which is really why my end game and my goal is to be able to carry that on and to be able to help other young adults navigate the muddy waters of life after, during losing a parent or guardian through death, divorce, or abandonment. That's very important to me. So important to me. I can't even stress enough. The end game is to create a retreat where similar experience can be held for others. It was a Christian-based and faith-based camp. And a lot of some of the things that we work on and we worked on through that, I'd like to continue on, but it won't be, the sole purpose won't be that. I'm a very spiritual person, so I have to incorporate that because that's who I am. So in any case, that's going to take me some time to get to retreat status where I want to, and location and all of that, and all the research that goes into doing that. That's going to take a hot minute. But part of that journey is being able to share what I want to do through this platform and take those steps in hopefully creating awareness so that when that time comes, the seed will have been planted that I just want to help people. I just want to help people. So help people heal. Now, healing is an ongoing process. It is not something that happens overnight, that all of a sudden I'm healed. That's it. I did it. I made it. Like, that's it. It's never ending. Any trauma that we have experienced as individuals stays with us. It becomes a part of us, and how we manage through that is the healing. It's a journey. It's not an end all. So even if you're in that trauma now and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, you're telling me I have to live with this for the rest of my life. Yes. But if you tell your story and you own it and you go through it and you do the work, that becomes a chapter in somebody else's survival guide, and we help others through it. So yes, it is something that it will stay with you, and it should, because it's a part of you, and it shapes who you are, hopefully for the better. Sometimes it doesn't go that way, but my goal is to help as many people as I can, like throwing a pebble in water and creating a ripple. And if I help somebody, maybe somebody else helps somebody else, and so on and so forth. And if we spread that love will spread. So that's why I am here. That's the purpose of my vlog, is to help others. So the topic today is telling your story. And I mean that in two different ways. One, on a platform such as this, social media via camera, or if you're great in front of a group of people on a stage and you can help others in that way, by telling your story and sharing your experiences, and helping others to know that they aren't alone. That's one form of telling your story. And if you're comfortable doing that, I encourage that, because that is a way to be able to help massive people in a short period of time. I am not saying or suggesting that that's the only way, or that you have to do anything. Maybe you're just watching this like, that's all great and well for you, chick, but that's not me. That's cool too. This is the second part of telling your story, and probably more important than what telling a story on a platform like this is. The first step in healing for me, this is all for me, this is from my experiences, guys, and hopefully the way that it worked for me might work for somebody else. It's not going to work for everybody, and I get that, I understand that, but maybe it'll help somebody figure out what way will help, or how to do it. That was really muddled, and I apologize for that. It's not very succinct, but here is what it's. The second way is telling your story in a voice recording or on camera, but not to be shared to the masses. You're telling the story to get it out. You're telling the story to get it off your chest and out of your head. You're telling that story because what is not shared is lost, and you need to share that with you. You need to share that with you. You need to be your friend, your own friend, first and foremost. You are the longest relationship you are ever going to have, and it is important to start taking care of that relationship that you have with yourself, if you haven't already done it. If you've already started it and you're like, I got this, boo, cool, that's fantastic. Go out and help somebody else do the same. That's my tip, or my encouragement to you. And that's what I mean by what is not shared is lost. If you are not helping somebody else, it is lost. It is lost. So going back to telling your story, I'm giving you guys an exercise, and it's going to take, I'm giving you 3 weeks. 2 weeks to tell the story, and I'm going to explain here in a little bit what I mean by that, and the third week to tell it. To record your story, let me go back. 2 weeks to record the story, 1 week to tell it. And let me explain. You'll be like, recording, telling, isn't that the same thing? Kind of, yes, for the most part. Here's where I'm going with that. Stay with me, kids. I want you to record yourself talking about whatever trauma that is sitting and weighing heavy on your heart. If you've never shared that story before, I want you to record it, whatever's weighing your heart. That could be micro clips of voice recordings like, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm really going to try. Click. You just told yourself you're going to try. Or you get back on there and you say, I really remember the moment when, and this is how it made me feel, and I can't believe that. Click. Maybe it takes a plethora of little clip recordings before you finally get all of it out, and it doesn't have to be perfect, nor does it have to be in chronological order. You just need to get the thoughts out and the feelings out. whatever happened, the event, whatever the events, whatever it is that happened, get it out. That's the first part of healing. Then I'm giving you 2 weeks to do that. If you can do it in one fell swoop and you're just going to sit down and you're going to press play, or you just have the voice recording and you just go and you're just talking to yourself, or you're just talking into the recording and you get that whole story out in one sitting, sweet. That's cool too. Sometimes that happens, but sometimes it doesn't. I don't want you to think of perfection. Obviously none of this is perfect. I don't believe in perfection. I believe in honesty. So, and that means messing up. Sometimes I'll edit things because I'll go off on tangents and that have nothing to protect, and then I'll come back, or I'll have camera or technical issues. But for the most part, I believe in honesty. And that's messy sometimes. It's not perfect, nor I don't believe in perfection. I believe things can be perfect to you because it's all about perception. Perfection is about perception, I believe. We can get into semantics and like actual perfection and, doesn't get any better and scientific things. That's a whole other conversation. But for this particular subject and telling your story and getting it out, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be messy and sloppy, and you're not going to make sense half the time, but it's out and it's going to be out and you're going to tell it. Then week 3, I want you to find a quiet place, put your earbuds in, and I want you to press play, and I want you to listen to that story as if you were listening to a friend telling their story to you. It's important that you are your own friend first and foremost, and you need to listen to that story as if a friend were telling their story to you. It's different. We sound different when we're listening to a playback versus, the voice in our head as we're speaking. It's different. And I think that's important that you listen to it, because oftentimes when you press play, you're like, do I really sound like that? That's great. Have that attitude, because that's an objective point of view. That will be like, oh, that doesn't really sound like me. Cool. Now you get it. Now you get it. You're going to talk into the recorder. You were going to record your story, and you're going to press play and listen to that story as if a friend were telling you their story. If you are seeing a licensed therapist, which I highly recommend, and you've had a hard, difficult, just trying time connecting with that person and really getting the honest story out, maybe this is a good way for you to tell them exactly what happened, exactly what you went through. Not perfect. They won't expect perfect either. Not if they're a good one. Maybe then you take that recording and you press play for them. And maybe that's a way to help you guys connect. Maybe that's you're in for your therapist. But at the very least, you need to hear your story as told by you. Your best friend should begin and end with you. So that is my exercise for you. That is my topic of conversation today on today's Captain's Vlog, is telling the story. Again, number 1, tell the story to the masses if you can. It's a great way to help others on a grand scale. I don't have a huge number of followers, but I do have people that watch this, whether I know it or not. Some people tell me and some people don't, and that's cool too. If there's any sort of nuggets or anything that you take away from this that I've helped you with, then that's it. I've done what I've set out to do, and that's to help people. So that's today. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. I won't always talk about such heavy subject matter as in domestic violence. But this particular topic in telling your story is something that helped me back when I was a young adult. It helped me navigate those muddy waters. So I'm hoping that somebody out there, that it helps you navigate those too. And I'm here. I will always be here. You can find me, same tag on my YouTube channel, Dance in the AM is my Twitter handle. It's my Instagram handle. So that does not change. It won't change. Um, if you need me for any reason, feel free to reach out. See, not perfect, can't speak. Feel free to message me, and if you need just somebody to talk to, or if you need somebody to press play to, you're safe with me. Okay, that's all I got for today. Peace out, Pimp Nuts. Mwah. Love you.